Hello, beautiful people. My name is Toya Nicole, and I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel and to my first video in a series that I am starting called Living Your Extraordinary Purpose. I'm so excited and a little nervous to be starting this journey, so I hope you guys will bear with me on my very first video. So I want to introduce myself for those who do not know me, and hopefully a lot of you watching do not. But my name is Toya Nicole. I am a Texas girl that's now based out of Chicago. I am a former sales and business development professional, a blogger, a speaker, a branding strategist, and also an empowerment and lifestyle entrepreneur. So I have a lot about myself on my website, which is www.toyanicolemedia, and you can find me on Twitter at Miss Travel Chic. That's MS Travel Chic, CHIC. But what I'm really here about today is to start this Living Your Extraordinary Purpose series. So aside from all those other titles I just gave you of what I do, what people know me for, I am really a woman of faith. And years ago, I used to have an inspirational blog, and I started transitioning into some things in the social media and travel space. But at the core, I really am a woman that is motivated by my faith, has a close personal relationship with God, and one of my personal missions is to encourage ordinary women to walk into their extraordinary purpose. And so I'm starting this video series and a lot of other exciting updates to come centered around that mission. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be able to do that. So for this first episode, I want to talk about pushing past fear and doing it afraid. So to set the tone, I'll start to let you know that 2 weeks ago, I quit my job. For the past 11 years, I worked for a Fortune 200 company in the sales and marketing field, had a great career. But about 2 years ago, I started feeling a pulling away from that life. And long story short, over the past 2 years, I started blogging, really writing, getting into some hosting and some social media and branding, consulting and workshops, and I just really started to feel this pull to do something more. And so I can remember writing down on I have like a list of my affirmations and dreams, and I wrote it June 2012 that I would leave corporate America no longer than 2015, or no later than 2015 rather. So here it is, June 2014, and I finally did it. And some of my friends and family knew about this, but for the most part, a lot did not. And so when I announced it last week to a lot of people and on social media, I think a lot of folks were happy for me, but then a lot of people were like, wow, how did you do that, etc. So I want to stress the fear piece of that, because to think that I've done this in a bubble absent of fear is not true. I had a lot of fears leading up to this, leaving the stability of a career that provided me a six-figure income and a lifestyle that went along with that. I'm also single, so I don't have anyone else supporting me. So there was a lot of fear. But there are going to be times in our life that call for us to push past the doubts, the insecurities, and the fear that we face and just press through to accomplish our dreams. And so whether that's quitting a job, leaving a relationship, finally taking whatever step you need to start a business, start a ministry, lose a weight, you have to get past the fear. And even though fear is still there, you have to learn how to do it afraid. And that's exactly what I did. I did it afraid. There are still days, it's only been 2 weeks, and the other day I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? So you still have those fears, but I knew there was something more, and there was a greater impact, and there was something more for me to do. So I had to kind of squash the fear and move on faith And I was telling a friend how, I was crunching the numbers and looking at everything. And I just had to get to the point where I knew I had a plan. I knew I had worked that plan and made sacrifices over a year. And I couldn't worry about the numbers because there will never be a perfect time for us to really launch out and step out. I just had to walk out on faith and have complete and total trust in God that He was walking with me, that I was doing what I know He wanted me to do, and that I can depend on Him to supply all my needs. So I am really walking this thing out on faith. And when some people say that's crazy, you quit your job and you don't have another one lined up, and yes, you have a business, but is it replacing your income? I get it. I know it's crazy. I know it's radical. But I also know I couldn't let fear stop me. So that's what I really want to encourage you. Sometimes really to get to that place in life, or to be extraordinary, which is what this is all about, you have to look fear in the face, recognize what the fear is, pull on your inner strength and your faith, and just push forward and do it anyway. So that's my message. Push past the fear and do it afraid. And so I'm looking forward to sharing with you every week. This series is really going to provide you a weekly dose of inspiration that will empower you to walk into your extraordinary purpose in business and in life. So if you're going to tweet me, or if you're going to share this, be sure to use the hashtag extraordinary purpose. Like I said, on Twitter, I'm at Miss Travel Chic, and I'm also on my business account at L, that's the letter L, Nicole, Nicole Media. And I'll also put all the information down in the description box. So subscribe, like, share with me what you think about this video. Share with me some other topics you want to hear about. And I've got some exciting things lined up, and I just thank you for listening in.